Hello, this is Ffmpeg again from GamingOnLinux.com, and today, as you can probably see, we are not actually playing games, because we are actually going to do... I'm going to do a screencast on live streaming on Linux, because this is something that I have been doing for a while now, probably for, a little under a year now, and I have written a piece of software that will hopefully make it a bit easier to actually live stream on Linux. So I thought about making this this type of tutorial, small tutorial on installing it and configuring it and using it, because I haven't really seen too many Linux live streamers, and live streaming is seriously a lot of fun. So I decided that it would be a good thing to introduce you to live streaming on Linux and basically show you that it's completely possible, completely possible, and actually it's pretty easy to do on Linux. But yeah, first of all, I have this VirtualBox environment with Ubuntu 13.10 in it, and we are actually going to do the whole installation and configuration thing over here instead of doing it on my main computer here. And that's because I want to show it on a bare bones installation, so that I don't confuse you with already installed software and stuff like that. So this is as close to vanilla Ubuntu that I can actually get. Basically, I just installed this from an ISO a few days ago. So this is where we will do our little installation and our configurations. Of course, I will probably show you some features on our main rig here, but this is where we will do all the basic stuff. So first of all, we need to download this piece of app called Castawesome. Castawesome is the live streaming application that I talked to you about, and I have actually mentioned it earlier. If you were around when we actually did our small live stream, when we played Metro Last Light and stuff like that, that's probably when I mentioned my small app, but I haven't really talked about it too much. But because I have Firefox, please open. Because I have made so many changes to it recently, I decided that it would be a good time to show it to you, to get some possible users. It's not really widely used, actually. It's pretty small and unknown piece of software, but I have some users, and actually I have reports that it has been working quite nicely for some people. But yeah, this is the project page. It's on SourceForge, as you can see, sourceforge.net/projects/Castawesome. I will have this link in the article, so you don't have to actually you don't have to get it from here. You can actually just get it from the article by clicking it. But yeah, I have this new version out, this 0.14.1, which we will use. And it really, you don't have to see anything else. I guess I can show you the. Yep, just download that. It's a small piece of software. It's just it's nearly 100 kilobytes. But yeah, as you can see, this is the page. It has some feature info, and it's it has the code section where my Git is actually set up, so you can follow the Git activity here. And of course there are reviews, which I have not had yet, and then there is the blog and discussions. If you have any bug reports or something like that, then please use the discussion board here. It's basically it's unused at the moment because I haven't really had any bugs, and what bugs I have had have been reported directly to me. But if you have some bugs, then please use the discussions section there. But yeah, now that the piece of software has already been downloaded into my downloads, actually I have the older version out here because I tried to make this video once, but I ended up failing pretty badly. Hopefully I will do it better this time. So first of all, as you can see, there are a bunch of files here, which we will have to extract somewhere, and it's probably best to make a new folder for all these files. So I can call this, for example, Castawesome. It can be anywhere on your system, basically. It doesn't matter. As long as you have them in a folder. It's better to have these in a folder instead of having these files grouped up in a larger folder or something like that. Of course, that doesn't matter, but it's just looking. Yeah, it looks better if you have them in a dedicated folder. But yeah, there are a bunch of files here. First of all, we have to install and configure the Castawesome. So what we need to do first is install all the dependencies. I have listed all the dependencies for AVConv. This program I forgot to mention. It uses Ffmpeg or AVConv, basically libav's version of Ffmpeg, to actually encode the video and transmit it over to the streaming service that you want to use, for example Twitch.tv or Hitbox or YouTube. So first of all, we need to actually install the tools. So you can install Ffmpeg if you want to use that instead of using libav, and then you need the extra codecs. You also need libgtk3. Usually you have this by default, but if you don't have it, then you just have to install it. And then you also need Python 2, which also probably will be already installed on your system. But I have listed these as dependencies for the sake of having these here. In future, I might migrate to Python 3. So that's when this will probably change, and well, I'm not sure when if I will use another GUI library, but for now GTK will do. But these are the main packages that you will have to actually think about, because without these codecs and without the tools, this program will be useless. So let's install these. I can use whatever. Well, better, you can use whatever package manager you want, and this program should work on other operating systems. I have tested it on Manjaro, which is basically Arch, and someone reported that it installs nicely on Fedora, but I haven't tested it myself on any other operating systems apart from Ubuntu and of course Manjaro. But you can use any package manager to get these files. Well, Software Center system seems to be stuck today, so I think we will just apt-get this. It's a simple deal, really, so yeah, it crashed. Well, screw that, leave closed. So first of all, we need to install those libav tools. So sudo apt-get install libav tools. This installs AVConv, which is basically audio-video converter, which will take care of all the back-end stuff. Basically, this Castawesome only takes your configurations and then passes those as parameters to Ffmpeg or libav's AVConv, and so it basically is just a GUI front end. But I think it makes the whole streaming, and if you have to change your settings, it definitely makes that easier. But performance and backend wise, it doesn't really make a difference if you use Ffmpeg or this program, because essentially this program will use Ffmpeg or AVConv to actually do all the video stuff. So now that these packages have been installed, or at least this package is installing currently, we can close this. We don't need that anymore. Oh, did I make any changes? I don't think so. Don't save. So now all the stuff has been taken care of that we should take care of, but the installation isn't quite ready yet. First of all, we need to actually configure Castawesome to use the streaming backend that we want to. In this case, it will use AVConv. So I have this small make file here. I can actually show it to you. It's a simple makefile script thingy with a bunch of these rules. Basically, what we first need to do is we have to make this we have to just run make with no parameters to actually configure the castawesome.py file to use avconv instead of ffmpeg. Ffmpeg is the default, so we have to actually run make here. So now it basically tells us that program avconv found using that, and then it uses Z, the stream editor, to change ffmpeg into avconv in castawesome.py file. Then it runs castawesome.py test, which is basically to test if all the dependencies have been installed and stuff like that. So if it says castawesome is okay here, then it's probably ready to be installed. So now that that has been taken care of, we can actually decide between two things. We can install this program system-wide, so you can use sudo make install to actually install the whole thing. Basically what it does is it makes the necessary directories to user local share folder, and then it copies all the files, these UI files, which are basically the user interface files, over to Castawesome's settings, and it also copies the README and authors and copying files to documentation, and then it just makes all these files actually runnable by using chmod. So now we can actually run this by typing castawesome, or you can also use F2 if you want to. But in this case I will just run it here. So now you should get these three windows, except in my case I actually will get only two, because I have actually done something that I probably shouldn't have done, but we will get to that in a second. Actually I can open that window right here. So you normally, if you are installing this on a system that you have never touched with Castawesome, you will get these three windows. Basically this Castawesome settings window, this is the main window of Castawesome, which allows you to actually open this Castawesome settings manager thing by clicking properties, and then you have this stream key window, which allows you to actually set your stream key. Stream key is basically a series of ASCII characters which allow you to identify your live streamer, or the encoder, to actually use it with your live stream. Otherwise anyone could just use anyone's live stream, and that's not good. So that's why you have this stream key thing here. So first of all, we obviously need the stream key. So we actually have to go to the live streaming service that we want to use. Oh, by the way, you can select which service you want to use. In my case, I'm going to use twitch.tv. So what we will do now is we will open Firefox here and go to twitch.tv/dashboard, assuming you have already logged in. In my case, I have already logged in. I have my account set up and stuff like that. So if you don't have, then you just create your account and then go here to twitch.tv/dashboard. From here you can find this tab named stream key. So simply click show key, and this gives you this stream key. It says something like live underscore bunch of numbers underscore bunch of characters. So you can just copy that and then paste that into your stream key window here and click OK. That closes the window, and now we can use this. Of course, now you will have to set the Castawesome settings. The defaults are probably not good for you. It basically selects some random resolutions. Well, not random, it's just I have set some default resolutions that will probably work on any machine, but they might not be what you want. So I will step through these settings here one by one, and explain what these do and what you should probably set them to. So first of all, you have input resolution. This is the resolution that you want to input, and basically it means what area of your desktop you want to stream. Because this VirtualBox environment runs on 1024 by 768 resolution, I decided to put that in here, because that's basically the whole screen. You can also take some regions of the screen. For example, if you want to only stream this area of the desktop, then you could set this, put in the resolution of this area of the desktop. That could be something like 640 by 360, for example. And then you could stream that area, but I will come back to that a bit later. Then you have output resolution. This is the resolution of the video that you will show to your viewers. Basically, this usually is something like, if you want a 720p stream, then you would of course have this at something like 1280 by 720. Usually this is lower than this, because you don't want to scale it upwards. Usually you just scale it downwards. So if we wanted to stream only 640 by 360, which is of course, we have different scales here because these don't scale quite nicely, so the video would look pretty weird because I have different screen sizes. This is 4:3 basically screen, and Twitch uses 16 by 9, so you don't usually want to do that. But yeah, let's move on. So now you have X and Y offsets. What you can do with this is, if you want a screen region, you can basically take a smaller resolution than the actual screen. I'm screwing up with the words. Actual screen resolution. You can use these offsets to offset the area so that you don't have to, for example, stream this area here only. So if you select, if you put some Y offset, this here, the streaming area will start lower, and if you put some X offset, it will start more to the right. Of course, you can input negative numbers, but that will probably just make the stream not work, because these have to be either 0 or positive numbers. I haven't really checked that. I should probably check that in future versions of Castawesome, but for now I haven't really checked those. Then you have, actually I will probably tell you more about these X and Y offsets a bit later, but for now I'm just going to move on. So now you have frames per second, which is basically how many frames per second your stream will have. Usually this is somewhere between 25 to 60. Of course, the more frames per second you show, the higher the processing requirements go and stuff like that. So usually you want to keep this at relatively small number. For a good mid-quality stream, I think 25 to 30 are probably enough. But if you have a good PC, good internet, then you could of course put this to 60 frames per second for optimal viewing experience. Then you have quality. Basically these are a bunch of presets that for encoding. Usually medium or fast are good, but I think there are other settings too. I'm not fully I don't know all of these presets. I use fast only, but medium is probably good. Then there is best and stuff like that, so you can choose between those. I think I have listed them in README file here. Basically this is your manual. It has all the installation instructions. This is basically installation and usage section, so you can basically all the information I have on this video you can also read here if you want to. But this tends to, get old pretty quickly, and I actually need to upgrade that or update that soon, because it's kinda, well, it's becoming less and less, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm screwing up with the words. Well, anyways, it's not as exact or as precise to this version of Castawesome, so I need to upgrade that as soon as possible. Then you have bitrate, which basically this is what defines how good your stream will look. Also, the bigger this number is, the higher the bandwidth requirements will be. So if you have this at for example, if you have this at 800k, it will require a lot of bandwidth. So usually you want to keep this at something like 400k or 500k. It usually looks pretty good at 400k, but if you have a good internet, then experiment with it and see what fits your internet and your system. So and then there is threads. Basically, this is the amount of threads that the encoding will use. If you have a multi-core PC, then you will probably want to increase this number from 1. But in my case, I'm going to use the VirtualBox environment, which only has 1 core. So I'm going to just use 1 as the amount of threads. Basically, this should never be higher than the amount of cores in your PC, because otherwise there will be race conditions and whatnot. So usually keep this at the amount of CPU cores you have or less. And then there is show capture region. So if you have you have these screen regions set up with the X and Y offsets and input resolutions, then you might want to actually show the region. Basically, it just highlights the area that you are actually streaming, so you can fit windows better if you want to, for example, play windowed mode games. Usually I do that, and I want it to be highlighted so that I can more easily fit those windows in, and then I don't have to worry about where my windows are. So it's just easier if you have those screen regions. But in my case, I'm going to just stream full screen, so I don't need this capture region at the moment. So, and the last thing is this service selection thing here. So you can select between Twitch.tv, YouTube, and Hitbox.tv. So if you want to use, for example, YouTube streaming instead of Twitch streaming, then you can do that, and basically all these work. I have tested this streamer with all of these, and I'm actually streaming actively to Hitbox.tv. So that's usually where I stream, but because the GOL live stream is actually on Twitch, I'm going to do that instead. So after clicking apply, all the settings are saved, and now the streamer is ready to go. So I will open our live stream from my browser here. So we will go to twitch.tv/gaming on Linux. We haven't really used this Twitch page too much, but I think we will probably use it again someday. I'm not sure when, but I think we will use it someday again. We just need to, schedule stuff, and live streaming is really much. It's a lot of fun. So I'm most definitely doing more of these live streams in the future on GOL too. But once I click this button here, it will start the live stream. So let's see what happens. You can also see the encoding happening in the terminal here. So as you can see, we are actually getting some frames in, and it also shows us what the bitrate is here, and also the time. And the video is actually loading here. So let's see if we can actually get to see this video there are some problems with certain versions of AVConv and Ffmpeg, so I'm wondering if those will affect us. They could, but I'm not sure. Twitch usually takes a lot of time to actually load the video, so I'm not sure. Well, it seems like the live stream is not currently working. That's probably because of a known issue with AVConv. Basically, one of these AVConv updates actually broke the live streaming capability, so that these RTMP live streams no longer work. I'm going to reset the stream and check if that works, and if it doesn't, then we can just move over. Basically, how you fix this bug is you simply update your AVConv or Ffmpeg installation by using a PPA or basically or compiling it yourself. Basically, do something that allows you to upgrade your Ffmpeg or AVConv installation. That usually does it. That's how I did it, basically. But yeah, as I'm not getting these frames to show up, I think I will just move over from the VirtualBox. And yeah, so okay, yeah, it's not working here. So I think I will just show it to you on my main rig with the updated Ffmpeg. So I will probably just shut this down. So I will post a fix to that, and I will probably set a FAQ or something like that to the Castawesome README, so that you can also easily fix this bug if you encounter it. Usually, so far it has only happened with Ubuntu and their installation of Ffmpeg. But if you use Arch or Manjaro or something like that, then it usually just works because you get the latest, or probably the latest Ffmpeg. But yeah, I'm going to just run Castawesome from here with all my settings here, and I'm actually going to switch this to Twitch, and then I will just log in by using my Chromium browser here. I have the password saved into Chromium, so I don't have to actually remember our Twitch password, which I probably changed a few days ago. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's try to go to the dashboard and actually set the stream key from here. It's the same stream key. Oh, and by the way, if you think you're clever and you try to use our stream keys, yeah, that's not going to happen, because I'm actually going to change these once I have this video done. So now the stream key has been inputted, and I can start the stream from here. So I can now talk to you about these screen regions. This is one of those screen regions here. Basically, this by the way, that needs to be, yeah, that's muted. So we have this type of screen region here. I have a full HD screen, but I only have this resolution as my streaming area, because I want to stream these 1280 by 720 windowed mode games usually. I can also switch this to my full screen streaming if I want to, and there is our little live stream showing up now. So as you can see, it's working, but that's because I have the I didn't have this PPA enabled. I can probably just show it to you by using Synaptic here, and let's just put our passwords in. It's probably there is probably another way to show it to you, but let's just do it here. So let's try to see this PPA that we have. Yeah, it's this PPA here. So the basically, I had to enable these PPAs to install a newer version of Ffmpeg, and as you can see, that version of Ffmpeg is actually working. But yeah, like I was saying, I have this screen resolution here, and then I have these offsets. Basically what these do is they offset the streaming area 100 pixels downwards and 120 pixels left to the right. So that way I can easily fit windows in here. For example, if I opened, let's say I opened, this is a game now. So if I opened this game and then I just selected a resolution that's completely fine for the stream, then I could easily live stream the game while I'm actually watching the chat over here and seeing how long I have streamed here, and basically just monitor my audio settings from here, basically using this Pavu control interface. As you can see, I have few programs here. I have the Simple Screen Recorder, I have Audacity, and then I have Ffmpeg here. So what I can do from here, I can also switch it to use another audio source. For example, if I wanted it to just monitor my game audio, then I could put it to the monitor of my USB headset. Or if I want to, use my basically talk and do commentary, then I can do that. But yeah, so this has been my small tutorial on Castawesome. Hopefully I didn't completely waste your time here. But yeah, so it's simple live streaming app, uses Ffmpeg or AVConv. And by the way, if you have issues with this, for example that AVConv issue, which basically makes these Twitch streams not load, then I will have a fix for that in the article, and I will probably post some fixes to the README file and probably make a blog post about it on my SourceForge page. But yeah, so thanks for watching my little tutorial here. If you start live streaming, then of course let us know, because I especially want to know if someone is using my tool for live streaming, or if you live stream without my tool, then I am also interested to see what you will do on your live streams, because I watch live streams a lot. So it would be fun to actually see you guys live streaming a bit. And this is showing some adverts. I'm not sure if we can show those. Well, anyways, so we will see in the next video, and please submit please submit all feedback into the comments, and also all the bugs and stuff like that, you can submit those to the discussions. And if you have some immediately fixable bugs, then you can also tell me about those in the comments section too. So yeah, we will see in the next video.